Hello students, good evening everybody. I am Arun from PW Vidyapeeth and I welcome you all on this channel for the discussion of the last paper of January attempt 2025 January Mains, JEE Mains actually. So in the previous 2-3 days we have discussed a lots of questions for this attempt, and we come to a beautiful end with lots of ifs and buts in mind that can we finish this paper with a good attempt, or can we clear the examination. Many students have the thought, okay, can we clear the cutoff, or many having thought that can we go up to 200. Maybe the cutoff high and maybe the cutoff low. There are lots of ifs and buts are there, but we are here to discuss the last attempt questions. I am Arun and Mr. Prasanna Rane sir is with me. So we are going to discuss the last attempt paper. Please stay tuned and share with your friends. Soon we'll discuss the physics and math section also. So I'm giving mic or the speaker to Prasanna Rane sir. I know he will take care of all the chemistry questions and all your doubts, but please stay tuned. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for introducing me. Yeah, this is Rane sir, and today we will be having first of all chemistry section discussed. So let us see the questions of organic chemistry one by one. So this is our first question. Which of the following will form most stable carbocation after removal of bromine? So basically over here, heterolytic cleavage is happening over here. Everywhere you have to break the bond heterolytically. So you can see here carbocation formation will take place, bromine minus. Same thing over here, carbocation formation will take place, bromine minus. Carbocation formation will take place, bromine minus. Carbocation formation will take place, bromine minus. So we have to see where the carbocation is more stable. Dear students, you can see over here that this carbocation, it has the benzyl position. It is having 3 phenyl groups attached to it. So you already know this benzyl position is more stable, and that also with 3 phenyl groups, which will be stabilizing it by resonance. So definitely this carbocation will be the most stable. You can see over others, there are only over here only 1 phenyl group is there at the benzyl position. So definitely it is not so stable as compared to the B option, because over here we are having 3 phenyl groups which are attached to this carbocation at the benzyl position. So definitely this is the most stable carbocation. So option B is the correct answer. Hopefully this was a very easy question. So let us move to the next question. Yeah. Number of sigma and pi bonds respectively in hex 1 in 4-ine are. So let us first draw the structure. CH3, CH. Over here I am talking about hex 1-ene and 4-ine. Okay. So let us have the structure over here. CH2, double bond, CH, then we are having CH2 and C, triple bond, C, CH3. So this is hex 1-ene 4-ine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see we are having 6 carbons. Double bond at the first position and triple bond at the 4th position. So let us open up this structure. What will be the number of sigma bonds and pi bonds? You can see over here. For a proper view, we are opening up this. So let us calculate the number of sigma bonds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we are having 13 sigma bonds, dear students. Let us now calculate the number of pi bonds. Over here we are having 1 pi bond, and over here we are having 2 pi bonds. So total we are having 3 pi bonds over here. So we are getting 13 sigma and 3 pi bonds. So the C option will be the correct answer. And now I'm calling our faculty, Mr. Pushpak sir. He will be guiding for the next two questions of chemistry.
Okay. All right, so we'll see the next question. How many of the following are essential amino acids? So this question is from biomolecules. We all know that biomolecules is extremely important for JEE, right? You're looking at the past few years question papers. Now, in NCRT, you will see a table given for essential and non-essential amino acids. So let's see now. So it's basically just a factual thing. So essential amino acids is what they have asked for. So lysine is essential amino acid. Threonine is also essential amino acid. So these are the two essential amino acids. The other one are non-essential amino acids. The question is easy because if you have studied that table, you will be able to answer it easily. Straightforward question. That's why we all advise you don't ignore biomolecules. Next question. Now, if you look at this question, you will come across this word, Carius method. Now, Carius method is present in NCRT, right? People are more familiar with other techniques like Geldar's method, Dumas method, the ones which are used for estimation of nitrogen. But Carius is also important. As you can see, it has appeared in the paper. So all those quantitative techniques are extremely important from the point of view of examination. Now, let's understand this. So basically, it is related to mole concept, right? We can use the concept of mole. Barium sulfate is BaSO4. If you look at the molar mass of BaSO4, it's 233 grams per mole. Now, how did I get this? We all know, right? We'll add up the atomic masses. So 137 plus 32 plus 4 into 16 will be 233 gram per mole, which means looking at this, we can say 233 grams of BaSO4 consists of 32 grams of sulfur, right? 233 grams of BaSO4 consists of 32 grams of sulfur. So if 0.41 grams of BaSO4 is present, then how many grams of sulfur are present in that? We don't know, so let it be X. Right? All right. By the method of cross multiplication, we'll get the value of X. So we can say, therefore, X is equal to right? From here, you will get the value of X. You have to simplify it further. Now, what is the percentage of sulfur present in the organic compound? So, percentage of sulfur. So, percentage of sulfur is equal to the amount of sulfur present in the compound, which is X upon the grams of the organic compound, which is 0.2 into 100 because percentage has been asked for. So, in the denominator, we'll have mass of the organic compound. Here, we'll have basically X and then into 100 because of the percentage. Okay. So, if you solve this portion, okay, it comes around 0.056.
So this is what you will obtain, right? It involves some calculations, but it's easy. Okay, let's move to the next segment. So now we'll have discussion of physics. Okay.
All right, let's continue with some problems of physics. Okay. So this one is a pretty easier one from the ray optics. They have just given ki an equiconvex lens. Equiconvex lens is cut into two ways as shown. In this one we have cut it longitudinally, and in this one we have cut it laterally. Now see, if we cut it longitudinally, then its curvature or its focal length is not going to change, just the intensity will change. While in this one, it now becomes a plano-convex lens. So we know that if the focal length of equiconvex lens is f, the focal length of plano-convex lens will be 2f. We can easily get it from the lens formula. So mu minus 1 upon r1 and 1 upon r2. Okay. If it is a equiconvex lens, then mu minus 1 will be like this, 1 upon r1 and minus of minus r, which will be mu minus 1, 2 upon r. So this is our focal length of equiconvex lens, r upon 2 times mu minus 1. While if we make it plano-convex lens, now I know that the first curvature is r, but the other curvature will be infinite. So its focal length is going to become r upon mu minus 1, which is just the twice of the previous one. Okay. So if they are asking the focal length of first lens with respect to the third lens, let's see. First one is this one and the third one is this one. So first lens, the focal length remains f only, but for this one it becomes 2f. So if they are asking f1 upon f3, it will become f upon 2f, which is 1:2. So that is, it was quite an easy problem. Next one is from your magnetism, magnetic effects of current. So there is a solenoid. Okay. For solenoid, we know that how to find the magnetic field. They have given the current is this and number of turns is this. Magnetic field inside the solenoid is given while they are asking the length of the solenoid. Now just remember that, be careful while studying magnetism and the magnetic field due to solenoid. We specifically mention that this N is number of turns per unit length for the solenoid. So if they are asking ki, what is the length, then I can write this small l as N upon L and into I. This is your magnetic field. So just if they are asking the length, cross multiply. So your L will be mu naught into Ni divided by the magnetic field. Okay, mu naught is 4 pi 10 to the power minus 7. Number of turns we have 200. The current will be 0.29. And in the denominator we'll write magnetic field, which is 2.9 into 10 to the power minus 4. So you just cancel this 2.9 here and we have a 10 in the denominator. And this will become 8 pi. Okay, this answer will get in the meters and just cancel and we'll get 10 to the minus 2 meters. So which one? The answer will be 8 pi centimeters. Straightforward. Alright, so it was again a pretty easy one from the magnetism. Let's go for the next one. Now this is a good one. This is relatively better question, medium level, you can see from the rotational motion. What they are saying, 3 particles each of mass m, okay, each of mass m, they are moving under the influence of their mutual attraction, their mutual gravitational attraction forces. Initially they are on the vertices of an equilateral triangle. As said, the initial side length is a and they have equal speed v directed towards the adjacent particle as shown. The net angular momentum of the system, or let's say of this system of 3 particles, about the center just before the collision. Now don't get worried that just before the collisions they are going to meet at the center. So the distance from the center will be negligible. How will we find it? We need not worry about this. You just need to remember, if they are moving under the influence of their own gravitational attraction, so their forces will always be towards each other, or let's say the net forces on the system will be 0 and the net torque about the O will definitely be 0. If the net torque is 0, then I know that dl by dt of the system is 0. So angular momentum shall remain conserved. And if the angular momentum is conserved, you just need to find the initial angular momentum of this system when these particles were here. Alright. Let's see here. So initial angular momentum, if I have to find, let's just little bit move it downwards. Okay. About the center, if you have to find the angular momentum, we just find for one of the particles. Now can you tell me what is the perpendicular distance of the velocity from the centroid? I know that this will be the angle bisector and the line bisector, and the distance of centroid from the side will be, if the side length is a, then it will be a by 2 root 3. Tick. So this distance will also be a by 2 root 3. So perpendicular distance of the velocity is a by 2 root 3. Let's find the angular momentum of one of the particles. It is mass m, velocity into r perpendicular. So mass m, velocity and r perpendicular is a by 2 root 3. Now just see that there are 3 such particles and their angular momentum will be in the same sense. So it will get added. So the net angular momentum of the system will be just 3 times this angular momentum, which will be just multiplied by 3. So 3 by 2 root 3 MVA. Okay. So which becomes root 3 by 2 MVA. Easier one. Not that easy, but it is a good one. Okay. Let's go for the next one. Now this is again a very pretty easy question of your dimensions. They are just giving 4 terms, and now we have seen a pattern that they are asking match the column in your JEE Mains also. So keep practicing such kind of questions. And also just remember that even though the level of your physics paper is nowadays relatively easier, so doesn't mean that we take it lightly, because if you lose marks in easier problems, then your rank will fall down a lot. So be careful, just be careful in the calculation part also. Young's modulus, the dimensions will be, we know that Young's modulus is defined as stress upon strain. Strain is dimensionless, so dimensions of stress will be force upon area, right? and force upon area is nothing but the pressure. So dimension of Young's modulus will be ml minus 1 T minus 2. So which one it is? The fourth one. So first one corresponds to fourth one. Only two options such. Let's see the second one. Now the magnetic moment. So I know the formula of magnetic moment is NIA, or just the current into the area. So current into the area will be AL square. AL square is first one only. Okay, so this one corresponds to the first. So for Q it is the first one. So this will be the option. Now let's see the magnetic flux. Okay. Which formula do we see the magnetic flux in? You don't need to remember the dimensions of all of these quantities. Just remember any of the formula. So magnetic flux, if you know, I can write the flux as B into A. And if you don't remember the dimensions of B also, doesn't matter. You just need to see in what formula B comes. So either you write the force due to magnetic, or let's say on a current carrying wire in the external magnetic field, force is BIL. So from here you can write B as F upon I into L. Just put it here. So it is force upon current into length into area. Tick. Dimensions of force, you know, it will be ml t minus 2. So this is another L. So it will be m L2 t minus 1, and the dimensions of current will be A. So that will be A to the power minus 1. So ml2 t minus 2 A to the power minus 1. So R will be the second option. R will be the second option, and thus we can easily see that the magnetic intensity will be AL minus 1. That easy. Okay, so dimensions are quite easier. Just be careful. Use any formula in which these quantities appear. So you can figure out the dimensions very easily. Now next one, they are saying that the particles of the same masses are performing SHM with the same amplitude vertically with the two different springs. Okay. Springs K1 and K2, find the ratio of their maximum speeds in the SHM. I know that the V maximum is A omega, right? V maximum is A omega. They are saying ki the amplitude is same. So A is same, and I need to find the ratio of their maximum speed. So just find the ratio of their omega. So let's say V max 1 upon V max 2 will be under root of, your omega will be K by M. So K1 by M1 upon K2 by M2. Now they are saying ki two particles, they have the same mass. So M1, M2 will be same. So it is simply under root K1 by K2. Such a very easy problem. See how easy problems now they are asking. All right, so that's the physics portion for now. Now we'll continue with the maths portion, and in the meanwhile we'll get some more physics problems and chemistry problems, so stay tuned.
So, welcome to PW Vidyapeeth. So, now let's start for the mathematics paper today for 29 January and SIP 2. Okay, myself PS for mathematics. So, let us start some questions. Today, the questions are very simple. You know, in the PNC, there is also a topic that is known as rank model. So, this question is belongs to rank model, and the later is Kanpur. So, Kanpur IIT is also, you know, the famous. So, according to the later word Kanpur, you want what the 440th word, in which option the 440th word belongs. So, in the dictionary order, we have to use the order of alphabetical. So, the order of alphabetical in Kanpur, the first letter is begin from A. So, first we take the number of letters that start from A letter. Okay. So, now what we do the first letter A as a freeze condition, and let us take their total, the number of terms are what? Total number of terms are 6. So, how many terms now remaining? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So, these 5 letters can be permutated in 5 factorial ways. So, that is 120 letters. Okay. Now, after that, according to the alphabetical, the new letter begins from K. The new letter begins from K. So, again there are the 5 boxes, 5 places, and these 5 places can be filled by 5 factorial ways. So, that means this is again 120. Now, we only reaches the total number of terms is how much? 240. But this word is very much distance. So, now again we have take the next word which is started from. So, you know that according to alphabetical letters, what the P, M, N, O means, this letter is started from N. So, now again the same word, again the same places here, and the total number of places are 5. Then again we can permutate it in 5 factorial ways. So, that is 120 ways. Now, this is 360 we getting. Now, again, if we take according to alphabetical letter, that is P. That is P. So, this becomes 480, means if you take the permutate these words, then we getting 480 words. So, this is not possible for that, because we are acquiring only 440 words. So, after that we are getting what? 360. Then after 360 words, now we not freeze total P. We just freeze P. We just freeze P with the letter of the word PA. We just take the letter word PA. That means we want that how much letters are there which is started from PA. Okay. So, now if the PA is freeze, then the total number of words are what? 4, means 4 factorial places, and that is 24 letters. Okay. Now, how much you getting? You getting 4, this is 8 and 384. You getting 384. Then again if we change the letter according to the dictionary, again we take the letter P, and after that we can take the letter K. We can take the letter K. If we take the letter K, then we getting again 4 places, and these 4 places again can be filled by 4 factorial, and we getting again what? 24 letters. Then what we getting? 448, and this is 0, and this is 408. Okay. Now again we getting, if we take P, freeze, and again if we take P after PA, after PK, and then we getting what? PR. We getting PR. If we getting PR, this is you getting PN. Just if you getting PN, so what you getting this? Then again you have take the words 1, 2, 3, 4. This is again 4 factorial. This is again 24 letters. So, it means again we adding 408 plus 24, we getting 432 bacha. We getting 432 letters. Now the position is what? 440 letters. Okay. And after that, if we getting 432 letters, if we take PR letters, just see, if we take PR letters, but if we take PR letters whole, if we take PR letter whole, then we getting the more than of 440 letters. So, we cannot take this, because if we take PR, then again 4 factor means 24, you getting more than 440. So it means what we do actually, we take the letter PR and see if the letter we take PR, then the letter is started from PRA. Okay. So you getting what? If you take the letter PRA, if you taking the letter PRA, then how much you getting? If you take the letter PR, then you getting 3 factorial. This is 3 factorial, means this is 6 letter. So this is what? 432 and then plus 6 letters. And this is we getting 438. We getting 438. Now see bacha. If the letter is PRA, if the letter is PRA, then the letter is what? Then the letter is this one. Now the letter is what? PR. After it we take the letter, after that PRA, we getting the letter what? P. You use the P, you use the R, you use the A. Then after it here, according to dictionary, this the letter is PRK. This the letter is PRK. Now see, we are reaching the letter 438. After that, if we take the letter PRK, then how many letters are there? Then what because we have only the 2 ranks remaining, because we want to get 440 ranks, and we are reaching 438 rank. So bacho, you know, our first, according to dictionary, the first letter after 438, that is what? That is PRK ANU. This is the on the rank of 439. Okay. Now according to this, we getting PRK AUN. This is the letter we getting after 440 letter. So this 440th on the place, we getting the letter PRK AUN. PRK AUN. So according to dictionary, we getting the if we permutate Kanpur in according to the dictionary, then we getting on the 440 ranks, and that will be what? PRK AUN according to this. Okay. So now let's move in the second question. Let's move in the second question. The second question is this, that if our function is f of x, and that is what? That is 0 to x t into t square minus 3t plus 20 dt, where x belongs to 1 comma 3. So you want the range of fx, and the range of fx is actually given, that is alpha comma beta. Then what you want? You want alpha plus beta. You want alpha plus beta. Then how can you solve this, bacha? So first we take that our function is, what is the nature of this function? Because if you want the range of function, then it means you want that the function, our function is increasing or decreasing. So that's why we want the nature of f of x. So if you want the nature of f of x, so that means you want the sign of f dash x. That what is the sign of f dash x? So first what we do, you know, in the Newton-Leibniz rule, if you take fx, this fx is what? 0 to x, this is t square, this is minus 3t, this is 20, and this is dt. Okay. And you know that actually in our if you want the sign of f dash x, then it means you have to differentiate this. So if you differentiate this, if you differentiate with respect to x on both sides, then you have to use the Newton-Leibniz rule. You know the Newton-Leibniz rule in the calculus. So you must apply this rule. And after that, if you apply this rule, what the rule is, if this becomes f dash x, and what the rule is this, you just take the value of x in place of t. And again after that, you just take the differentiation of this upper limit, and after that taken the minus, and then again you have to replace this whole t with the help of 0, and then after that you have to take also the differentiation of lower limit. So that means you just take the upper limit in place of t, then you getting what? You getting x square minus 3x, and you getting 20 plus. Okay. And now you have to differentiate of x, that means this is 1, and you know very well that if you put here 0, then we getting the value 0. So you know our f dash is getting, okay, our f dash is what, bacha? Our f dash is now x into x square minus 3x plus 20. Now beta see, actually this is our f dash x. So this is our f dash x and you want the sign of f dash x. Then how can you find the sign of f dash x? Actually beta, you know that this is the quadratic expression. And this quadratic expression, you know, this is always positive. Why? Because the coefficient of x square is always positive and our discriminant is what? Our discriminant is negative. Just see, d is what? D is b square minus 4ac. Okay, this is b square minus 4ac and you know this is minus 71. So this is negative, and you know in the quadratic expression if the coefficient of x square is positive and the discriminant is negative, then this is always positive, then this expression is always positive, right? Now see, this is our x and you know that our x belongs to 1 to 3, means our interval of x is 1 to 3. So that means this x is also positive. So hence our f dash x is always positive. And you know if the function is, if the f dash x is positive in calculus of the function, so it means you can say that our f of x is always increasing function. And you know if our function fx is always increasing, so it means if you take x belongs to 1 comma 3, it means it give the minimum value at the minimum value of x and it give the maximum value at the maximum value of x. So our minimum is at f of 1 and maximum is at f of 3. So bacho, you want fx, first you want fx, then you have to put f of 1 and f of 3. So bacho, let's see what we do here. Actually in the question our fx is what? Our fx is what? Our fx is given and that is 0 to x and this is t, and this is what? This is t square minus 3t plus 20. This is t square minus 3t plus 20, right? So this is fx, this is 0 to x, this is t square minus 3t plus 20. So you know bacha, if you want this value, so first you take the our fx. So you can also easily integrate this function in the terms of t, and after that you put the value of limit from 0 to x. So that's why if you write here 0 to x, this is our t cube, this is our 3t square and this is our 20t, right? And now you just take the integration of this function. If you want the integrate of this function, you getting t to the power 4 by 4. A little calculation is again we see here in the JEE Mains exam that the concept of questions is very easy, but the questions are so much calculated. So this is what? This is 3t cube by 3. So this is only we can write 3 cube, and this is what? 20t square by 2 means this is 10t. We just take the calculation a little bit. This is 0 to x. So now what we getting here? This is again representing x to the power 4 by 4. This is x to cube and this is 10x. And you just take the value of f of 1, that is the minimum value, means range means you just take the minimum and maximum value of function at the value of x 1 comma 3. So this is what? 1 by 4 minus 1 plus 10, right? So this is what? This is 1 by 4 plus 9, right? This is what? 4 9 is 30, 37 by 4 the minimum value, and you want the maximum value is also. So what the maximum value? Its maximum value is at f of 3. So what we getting this? 3 to the power 4. 3 to the power 4 means 81 upon 4 minus 27, and this is 30, right? So we getting what? 81 by 4, and this is what? This is 3. So this is what? 81 plus 12 by 4. You getting what? You getting 3, and you getting 93 by 4. So this is our alpha. The question is saying that the maximum and minimum value means alpha beta is getting now. So this is our alpha and this is our beta. Okay. Now what you want? We want actually alpha plus beta. So you just take the sum of these only twos. So alpha plus beta, that is value is what? So this is 37 by 4. 37 by 4. And this is 93 by 4. 93 by 4. You getting what? 0, 130 by 4. You getting what? 2 to the 165, right? 65 by 2 I getting thing. This is the answer is, okay? So where is, okay, the calculation is not doing that. इसका आंसर की रॉन्ग क्या? हेलो हेलो अच्छा और आगे. Okay, now let's see the next one. Okay, this is also the question, and this is the matrix question, a very easy question. And you know that this our matrix is how light, right? This is root 2 to the power I plus j, means the elements is symmetric, because if you replace I to j and j to I, the symmetric, the matrix is always a symmetric on order. So first we take what? We just take the matrix of this. So this is A and this is given Aij, okay? When we take this is Aij and this is 3 by 3 order. So just what we do, actually we have take the values, and this is what? This is A11, this is A12, this is A13, right? This is A21, A22, A23, A31, A32 and A33, okay? As according to this information we just put here. So what we getting here, this is root 2 means A11 means this is 2, root 2 square means this is 2, and this is 2 root 2, and this is 4, okay? And the order is symmetric, A12, A13, A21, A33. So this is again 2 root 2, this is again 4. So now here what is 2 plus 2 4, root 2 square 4 means this is 2, this is 4 means this is we getting 4, okay? Now just see what you getting here. This is A23 means root to the power 5. So this is 4 root 2 and this is 4 root 2 again. You getting the same A23 and A33, and this is A33 means root 2 to the power 6 means 2 to the power cube means this is 8. So you getting the our matrix by the given formula, that is like this, and this is the symmetric matrix. Now what you want, actually you want the A square. A square means you just take the squaring of this matrix and you only take the sum of third rows, okay? So here is also again the calculation very much, but not there is a very much concept. This is a very little concept, but the calculation is very much, so we can just take the calculation. Means I think that in JEE Mains 29 shift 2 a very much calculation is there, only the little concept. So this is a square, means this is 2 root 2, this is 4 2 root 2 4 4 root 2 4 root 2 and 8. Again we use the same elements, 2 root 2 same matrix, 2 root 2 4 4 root 2 4 root 2 and again 8. You just take only the third row of this multiplication. Third row means when you multiply this one by this one, when you multiply this one by this one, when you multiply this one by this one, you getting the third row, and you want only the sum of all the elements. So you just take the multiplication of only this one with this all, this one and this one, and you getting the sum of this. Okay, so now this is 4 to the 8, this is 4 to the 8 to the 16, this is 32, right? You just take the calculation carefully. This is 4 to the 8 root 2, this is 4 4 just 16 root 2, and this is 32 root 2, right? And this is what? This is again 4 4 just 16, this is 4 4 just 16 32, and this is 64, 8 8 just 64, you getting this. So now you have to carefully calculate this one. So again we just check 4 to the 8, 4 to the 16, 4 to the 8 to the 16, and 8 4 the 32, and this is 4 to the 8 root 2, 4 4 the 16 root 2, and 8 4 the 32 root 2, and this is again 4 4 the 16, 16 into 2 32, and this is 8 8 just 64. Now you just take the sum of this one, you getting the answer. So you know that this is what? This is 32 plus 8 40, 40 plus 10 40 plus 16 56. Okay, now you getting what? This is also the same, means this is again 56 root 2, and this is what? This is 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 6 12 हो जाएगा. This is 6 plus 6 12, and 7 10 11, right? You just take the sum of this one. Okay, 4 plus 2 6, 6 plus 6 12, 7 10 11, right? This is 6 plus 2 8, 5 plus 1 6, and this is 168 plus 56 root 2. Okay bacha, now you just take the compare of b root 2, you just take the compare of b root 2. Then what you want? You want alpha beta, means this is our alpha and this is our beta. So you just take the sum of this one. So here alpha plus beta is how much? You want only 168 plus 56, you getting what? 4, you getting what? 4. Yes, this is 4, and this is 2, and this is 4. This is 424, this is 224. Yes, this is 224. So you getting what? 224. You getting what? 224. So the answer is B option, that is 224. Okay, right? This is 8 plus 6 4, carry 1 6 plus 1. Yes, this is the correct answer. This is 224, right? Okay, now let's see the next one. Okay, this is the limit question, very easy question. This is the value of the limit x tends to 0 cosec x, and this is the rationalizing concept. What the rationalizing concept is? What? You take limit x tends to 0, and you take that this cosec x like sin x, you just write is in the denominator, and you just take the rationalizing of this one. The rationalizing of this one means you just take the denominator like plus value. Then this is 2 cos square x, this is 3 cos x, and this is plus, this is cos square x, this is sin x, and this is beta plus. Okay, now you have to take, actually this is the rationalizing term, so this is plus and this is minus, so the root is neglected, root is removed, and you getting what? A square minus b square. So you getting what? 2 cos square x plus 3 cos x, and minus this is cos square x again, minus sin x, and minus 4, you getting this. Now let's see, we have to simplify this limit. This is limit x tends to 0. This is what? 2 cos square x, 2 cos square x, cos square means this is cos square x beta, this is 3 cos x, and this is minus sin x, and this is minus 4, and you can also put the value of x tends to 0 here because this is existing. So you can take also the limit here, and you not take this one because this is 0 in the denominator. So you just take the limit sin x without the limit x tends to 0. You just put the limit of this value here because you're getting the finite value in the denominator. So what you're getting the finite value, if you take the x value is what? X value is 0. So you're getting what? Root of 2 cos square means this is 2, and this is cos 0 again, then this is 3. This is what? This is cos square x again is 1, sin 0 0, and this is 4. So you getting what? This is root 5 and root 5. So this is 2 root 5. So you can take outside of this. So this is 1 by 2 root 5 you can take outside, and our limit is what? X tends to 0. You getting what? Cos square x plus 3 cos x minus sin x and minus 4, and that is what? Sin x. Now just see beta, here you just see that here the 0 by 0 form is given, because if you take the value of x 0, then this is 1, this is 3, 3 plus 1 4, and 4 minus 4 is 0, and this sin 0 is 0. So ultimately this is the form of 0 by 0. So you just take the L Hospital rule, and very easy it getting the limit of that. So if you take the 1 by 2 root 5, this is our limit x tends to 0. You take only the differentiation in the numerator and denominator cos square x. This is 2 cos x, and cos x is minus sin x. So this is minus sin 2x beta. Okay. Now this is 3 cos x, then you getting minus 3 sin x. And this is what? This is minus sin x. So you getting minus cos x. And the 4 getting 0. And this is our sin x which getting cos x. Now again you put the limit. You getting what beta? You getting 0, minus 1 upon 1. So you getting only minus 1. And this minus 1 into this, you getting minus 2 root 5. So our answer is what? 1 upon minus 2 root 5. So you getting the D option. Okay. Now let's move the next one. Okay. So now let's discuss with chemistry sir, our Rane sir. So we remove this PPT. Okay, thank you so much.
Sir, मैं बताते जाता हूँ क्या क्या रीड करना है. सुनिए ना, और एक पीपीटी है इसके बाद, रुके ना, और मर्ज करना है, और एक लाइए इनऑर्गेनिक वाला प्लीज. इसके बाद मैं कर दूंगा और इधर ही रहूंगा. हाँ, तो Yes, झुकेगा नहीं. Yes. Now it's audible. Yeah. So let us continue our organic chemistry section. This is a question related to benzenoid structural isomers, which we will have of this formula C9H12. So clearly benzenoid means we will be having benzene and the alkyl group attached, which can be of 3 carbon, 2 carbons or 1 carbon. So let us have all the isomers which will be having benzene, and the formula should be C9H12. So definitely, first of all, let us draw benzene with an alkyl groups where the size is of 3 carbon. This is propyl benzene, and also we can have isopropyl benzene over here. Next, this is ethyl and methyl attached. This is ortho position. Now let us change the positions. Ethyl and methyl, we are having this at meta position now, and one more, ethyl and methyl connected at the para position to each other. Also we can have 3 methyls attached to benzene. So the different positions that we can have, this is one of the combination. This is another combination, 2 methyls together and 1 methyl over here, and the third combination will be 3 methyls alternate to each other, that is the mesitylene. So the total number we are getting over here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So these are the total 8 isomers that we are getting over here of the formula C9H12 and having benzenoid structure. So this is a simple question. Hope you understand this. While drawing, you have to understand there should be benzene ring present over here. So we are calling it as benzenoid. So we got total we got 8. Okay. So let us move forward now to the next question. Which of the following will give a azo dye test? So this is a test that we have where we react with this benzene diazonium salt is reacted with different compounds, like we can react with aniline and you will get a yellow dye over here. Also you can react with phenol, you will get orange dye. This reaction we carry out in this organic chemistry. Definitely you can draw the structure of this yellow dye and orange dye as well. This will be para-amino azobenzene and this will be para-hydroxy azobenzene. Now they are asking us which of the following will give a azo dye, and we are having only the option of aniline over here. Aniline, you can see aniline, we are having this option, but we are not having the option of, we are having aniline over here, aniline. So definitely first option will be our answer. Yellow dye we will get from aniline. Next. So let us continue with the next question. Which of the following ether react with HBr to form phenol? Over here we have to see that wherever there will be easy formation of carbocation, there we will get the reaction very easily. First of all, we have to protonate the oxygen. So this will become OH plus, over here also OH plus, and then after that we can see wherever we are getting a stable carbocation. Look over here, if we break this bond heterolytically, this will be a stable carbocation. Also the bromine minus will be attacking after that, and we will be getting pH OH, that is the phenol, plus CH3C, CH3, CH3Br. So this will be definitely C option we are getting, where we can have phenol as our product. Okay, so phenol as a product we can get in the C option, because the stable carbocation 9 hyperconjugations you can see over here, because of the total 9 alpha hydrogens. So this is the most stable carbocation, and definitely it will be reacting very quickly, and the option, right option will be C option. Yes, let us continue after some time. So dear students, let us continue our organic chemistry. After that organic chemistry, let us have inorganic chemistry over here. Now we are talking about the first question of inorganic chemistry. Which element in group 15 has the lowest ionization energy? So already know, dear students, down the group the ionization energy decreases. Nitrogen, phosphorus, arsenic, antimony and bismuth. Down the group we will be having ionization energy will be lowest for bismuth over here, because ionization energy decreases down the group. Bismuth will be having the least ionization energy over here. So it was a simple straightforward question. Next, which of the following, okay, total number of non-bonding electrons in NO2 minus. So let us first draw the structure of NO2 minus over here. Negative charge means we will be having one more extra lone pair on oxygen. Generally oxygen has only 2 lone pairs when it is generally bonded, having 2 bonds. Now let us see the number of electrons in non-bonding. Non-bonding means beta lone pair. How many? These 2 electrons, 2 plus 2, 4, 4 plus 2, 6, 6 plus 2, 8, 8 plus 2, 10, and 10 plus 2, 12. So 12 electrons are there in non-bonding. Simply by looking at this Lewis dot structure, we can see that we are having total 12 electrons in non-bonding. Lewis dot structure is very much important over here, and we have got already 12 electrons in the non-bonding. So our answer will be, it is integer type question. We have got answer as 12. So let us see the next question. Determine the type of oxide formed by an element A which has smallest size among the following. So dear students, already you know size increases down the group and decreases along the period. Lithium, beryllium, boron, sodium, and we are having potassium over here, and magnesium over here. You know, down the group we are having more size, and along the period the size decreases. So I am showing over here, this side the size will be more towards the left side. Smallest among them is boron. So the smallest among them is boron, and you know boron forms the oxide B2O3. They are asking in the terms of A, where A is a variable. So definitely we will have A2O3 as our answer. Okay. So this is a very simple question. What was the question? They are asking us that smallest size among them. Which element will be having? Boron. Why? Along the period, size decreases and down the group size increases. So I have seen over here that more the size over left side and more the size over downside. So this boron will be having smallest size over here and it forms the oxide B2O3 and definitely the type A2O3. Okay. Next. So we have completed the inorganic section over here and now I am handing over to continue the physical part by Mr. Pushpak sir. He will be guiding you from now onwards.
Pen, pen. लिखने के लिए अरे हाँ कभी So let's continue with questions. Okay, now if we look at this question, so we'll clearly be able to figure out that this is a part of thermochemistry. You see reactions and you see enthalpy values, right? So let's label them. I mean, these reactions. So I have these three equations, right? Now, plus x kilojoule. This means that delta H for this process is minus x kilojoule. Reaction is exothermic because plus something means energy is released, and whenever energy is released, delta H is negative value. Please don't make this mistake. Often you forget to put this negative sign. Let this be delta H1. Likewise, for the second reaction, again I can say this is this, right? And for this it is minus Z kilojoules. So I have mentioned the enthalpy values. Now we can use Hess law, right? If I add first and third, I'll get second. Add first and third. So if I add first and third, I'll get second. How? This and this will get cancelled out if I add 1 and 3, right? Okay. So let's use Hess law directly. Right? On simplifying this further, what do we get? So we get okay. right? On solving this a little further, I'll get, okay, so in order to make it clear, let's write here. So look at this. If I write here, if I multiply both sides by -1, I'll get x is equal to y minus z. Right? Multiplying both sides by -1. So x is equal to y minus z. So B. Next question. It's a question on chemical kinetics. Clearly, they have mentioned that the order is 1. Now, the moment we know that the order is 1, we can straight away apply the formula. So, the integrated rate expression is something which we all derive in classrooms, and we expect all students to memorize the final expression. So, let's use it. We know that 2.303 upon T log initial concentration upon final concentration is equal to the value of rate constant. Rate constant never changes unless temperature changes. Nothing is mentioned about temperature, which means the temperature is constant, which means I can directly equate the rate constants in both the cases. Now, in the question, clearly they have mentioned that 4 milligram is the final concentration or amount after 12 months, right? Initially, we had 16 milligrams. So, amount initial is 16, final amount is 4, and time is what? 12 months. Instead of writing T, I will put 12 because I already know that the value of time period is 12 months. So here time is in months, here the amounts are in milligrams. So this is K, right? And also I know that in time period T, months. So here T is in months. The concentration becomes 50%. 50% means what? Initial concentration was 16. Half of 16 is 8. That means 50% of 16 is 8. So again, initial by final. On solving this, I'll get this 1 upon 12. Log 4 can be written as 2 log 2. Right? Next. A very interesting question based on electrochemistry. Now, they have talked about the products of electrolysis. Now see, options, let's analyze options. This is very important. They have clearly mentioned that the electrodes are of platinum in A and C and also in D. Now, in option B, AG, that means they have used active electrodes. We all know that when electrolysis is carried out, we have products on cathode, we have products on anode because electricity is being supplied. Now, in this question, they have mentioned one important term. Predominantly, that means the major amount should be O2. Now, we all know that when electrolysis is carried out and if we wish to obtain O2 on anode, then the product should be O2 on anode, which means oxidation happens on anode. So, oxidation of a species should happen so as to get O2 on anode. O2 will not be obtained on cathode. O2 will always be obtained on anode, right? So, we can just analyze the products of anode rather than going into the cathode part. So, if you look at the first option, that is aqueous A03. AQ dot means aqueous, that means it is a dilute solution, water is present in abundance, and we know that water will undergo preferential discharge or oxidation over NO3 minus. If you look at the series given as per the potential values and everything, we all know that water will undergo oxidation. If water undergoes oxidation, this is what will happen. And so you see that oxygen is liberated on the anode. Likewise, if you look at the fourth option, that is option D. Again, this word is mentioned clearly. Don't miss this word. It's dilute. Dilute means again abundance of water is there. So again, the same thing is going to happen on anode because sulfate will not undergo oxidation. Now, one interesting part is C. Some people may get confused looking at C because in C also you come across sulfate. But look at this word, concentrated. We know that when the concentration of H2SO4 is very high, that means the sulfate ions are too much, right? Which means we will have oxidation of sulfate as well, and this is taught as a special case. We get H2S2O8, whereas they have mentioned predominantly O2 should be obtained. H2S2O8 is obtained on anode, that is peroxydisulfuric acid, right? Which means along with O2 we'll have a lot of this. Hence we cannot choose C as our correct option. Hence only A and D will be used. So option D is correct. In case you have doubt about option B, so let's come to option B. Look at this word. Active electrodes are used. When active electrodes are used, those electrodes will take part, which means here Ag will undergo oxidation in this manner. This is on anode, so there is no chance of O2 being obtained, right? So this is based on products of electrolysis. All right, now let's discuss physics section. So I'll hand over the mic to the physics faculty. Thank you.
A very good evening once again. Am I audible? Yes? Okay. All right. Let's continue our discussion for physics. We had already discussed some questions. Further questions are from here. Yeah. This question was discussed? I don't think so. This question, as you can see, is from the section of dimensions, units and measurements. Pretty easy. No, it's from the error part of units and measurements. Here we have been given a physical quantity Q that is dependent on A, B, C and D as follows. And we know already that the percentage error in any quantity will always be added. Percentage error delta Q by Q into 100 will be given by percentage error in A, delta A by A into 100 plus 4 times the percentage error in B plus the percentage error in C and the percentage error in C. All right, the percentage error in A is given as 2, the one in B is given as 1%, percentage error in C is once again 2, and in D is 1%. So we'll just substitute over here 2% plus 4 times of 1% plus 2% plus 1%, the answer comes out to be 9%. Percentage error in Q is 9%. That is our option. Has to be option C. All right, let's move on to the next question. Pretty easy question. Here, the question is from gravitation. This too is an easy level question. We have been given the relation between the radius, not the radius, but the orbit of the planets from the sun, from their star around which they are revolving, and the ratio of their masses. All right. Now, what has been asked? They have asked us the ratio of angular momentum of the planets. Now we already know that the angular momentum for a given mass that is revolving around a given point is given by mv r, where v is the linear velocity and r would be the distance from that point. Now considering the star as the center point, the angular momentum for planet A would be LA MAVA and that for B would be MB Now over here, this velocity that we are getting is actually the orbital speed, the speed inside the orbit. So let us do one substitution over here. If I take L is equals to mvr, I can write it as m into r, and v is the orbital speed, can be written as under root gm upon r. So I'll substitute over here under root g m divided by r. What I get over here is under root gm, that is nothing but a constant, and m under root of r. So from here L is proportional to m under root of r. Now we need the ratio between L2 and L1. Ratio between L2 and L1 would be m2 upon m1 under root of r2 upon r1. I'm taking B as 2 and A as 1. It's given as 4 root 3 multiplied by MA upon MB, right? So it will be, so 1 upon 4 root 3 into, over here I'll get 1 upon root 2. So L2 upon L1 comes out to be 1 upon 4 root 6, which I believe is the option D. All right, pretty easy question. Let's move on to the next one. Interesting question coming from thermodynamics. On increasing the pressure, the volume decrease. They're asking about the change in volume is more in an isothermal process as compared to an adiabatic process. The point over here is we have to compare both the processes, isothermal as well as adiabatic. Now the graph, this question can be easily handled if we have the idea of graphs of adiabatic and isothermal process. X-axis is pressure. X-axis let's take as volume and y-axis as pressure, because we are going to change the pressure. Now we already know that the slope of adiabatic process is more than the slope of isothermal process. So when we are talking about a slope, just imagine this to be a slide inside a garden. The higher the slope, the steeper the slide. So if I am making a slide of adiabatic process, if this is my starting point, this slide will be steeper. Let's say it comes around over here. And if I am making the slope for isothermal process, this slide will be less steep, so the slope will go like this. All right. Now I need to compare the volumes. In this case, I need to take any 2 points. Let's compare this point. And we are changing the pressure, right? So let's say I have this pressure over here as P1 and another pressure over here as P2. Okay, I need to find the change in volume. From here, I get 2 points, and from here I'll get this point and over here. Same change in pressure. Let's say this is the graph for isothermal process and this is the graph for adiabatic process. Now let us take same pressure change, and I need to compare volume change from here to here. This is the volume change in delta V in adiabatic process. All right, and for the same change in pressure over here and over somewhere around here, I get this volume change in an isothermal process. Okay, as we can see, if I compare delta V1 and delta V2 for the same change in pressure, the change in volume in an isothermal process is more. So the first statement on increasing the pressure, the volume decrease is more in an isothermal process than in an adiabatic process. That stands to be true. Whereas adiabatic process is given by the equation PV power gamma, that we also know is true. So both the statements are correct. We get option 3 as correct. The next question is from capacitance. We have a capacitor of 6 microfarad which has been charged with an EMF of 5 volts. All right. So let us find the charge on that capacitor. Charge will be given by C into V. That comes out to be 6 into 5. That is 30 microcoulombs. Now it is disconnected and it is connected to another capacitor of 12 microfarads which is initially neutral. That means the capacitor C2 is completely uncharged. So the situation is like this. We have a capacitor C1, another capacitor C2. Over here, this capacitor is fully charged with 30 microcoulombs. This capacitor is uncharged. As soon as I close the switch, what will happen is charge will start flowing from one plate of the capacitor to another plate, from C1 to C2, and the charge will flow up to C2 until and unless the potential difference between the points across both the capacitors becomes same. All right. So over here, that becomes the solution to this question, that we have to find the charge on both the capacitors. So we will just simply equate the potential difference across V1 and across C1 and C2. Let's say this, the potential difference between C1 is across the plates of C1 is V1, and potential difference across the plates of C2 is V2. V is given by Q1 upon C. Let's say the total charge is 30 microcoulomb. Let's say the charge on C1 is Q1. So the charge on C2 would be 30 minus Q1. So for V1, I'll write Q1 upon C1, and this comes out to be 30 minus Q1 upon C2. From here, after solving, I get the value of Q1 as 10 microcoulombs, and similarly, since the charge is how much? Total 30 microcoulomb. We do not have a battery over here. The charge will be conserved. So the addition of Q1 plus Q2 will always be 30 microcoulomb. So from here, Q2 would be, let's check the calculation once. Q1 upon C1, value of C1 is 6. 30 minus Q1 upon 12. 6, 2. I get 3 Q1 equals 30. So Q1 is 10. The calculation is correct. Alright, so Q2 would come out to be 20 microcoulomb. From here, the option C, they have asked across C1 and C2. So the option C is correct. Please keep in mind, they have just exchanged the values over here. So you have to be very careful. A very interesting question, very simple. You just have to remember the concept of elastic collision. Over here, if I have two bodies of equal masses, let's say if I have two bodies of equal masses and both are moving with separate velocities V1 and V2, over here I am saying that V1 is greater than V2. If the masses are same and we say that the collision is perfectly elastic, if the collision is perfectly elastic, we can just say after collision, the velocities of the body will just exchange themselves. So M over here will start moving with velocity V2 and the next body will start moving with velocity V1. Now in this situation, in this scenario, all the bodies have same masses and they have mentioned that all the collisions are elastic. So according to this concept, you just have to exchange the velocities. Now this is 5 meter per second, this is 2 meter per second. So the first collision will be between these bodies because this is of a lower velocity, this is of a higher velocity, they are not coming together. So after the first collision, A and B, the velocities will exchange. So A will start moving with 2 meter per second after collision, the first collision, and B starts moving with 5 meter per second. Now you know this is 4 meter per second and this is 5 meter per second. So B and C will collide. Now when B and C collide, once again the velocities will exchange and the velocity of B changes to 4 meter per second after the next collision and C starts moving with 5 meter per second. So the velocities, final velocities after all the collisions become 2, 4 and 5, and they have given us as 4, 2 and 5. So the option 1 over here is incorrect. Option 1 over here is incorrect. According to the given option, it is incorrect. And velocities get interchanged in elastic collision when the masses are same. This is correct. So statement 1 is false and statement 2 is correct. That is the option. Now I'll ask my colleague to further discuss the questions. Physics, maths. Four questions. All right. Maths.
Hello everybody, good evening everyone. I am Arun and we have to discuss the math section of JEE Mains 2025. Date is 29 and the shift is 2. I welcome you all on this channel. Hello everybody, Mubassir, Narendra and Sanshray, Arush. Everybody please welcome and join the session. So we have to discuss the paper that was quite easy actually, we can say, because there are lots of such questions which were discussed in the class. So let's start one by one. Let the area bounded by the curve mod y is equal to 1 minus x and x square plus y square equal to 1 is alpha. Then 9 alpha is equal to 8 beta pi plus lambda. Then we don't have to take care of these all things. We just have to take care of this alpha. What is that alpha? The area bounded between the curve. And we know the area bounded between two curves can be find out by the integration. So the first curve, the second curve is easy. It's a circle of radius 1 and center is origin. But the second or the first curve mod y is equal to 1 minus x square. So let's try to draw this curve using y is equal to x square या minus x square. So the y is equal to minus x square can be plotted as a parabola with concavity downward. Now since we add 1 to that, we can say the graph will go 1 unit up. So the point that was initially 0, 0 was now 0, 1. Therefore, the x-intercept of this curve or the roots of this curve can be found by putting y is equal to 0. So if y is equal to 0, I can say 1 minus x square is equal to 0 or x is equal to plus minus 1. So this point is 1, 0 and minus 1, 0. In geometry, if you make the graph or the graph properly, you can solve half of the question. Basically, you don't have to take care about everything. When we talk about this curve, it is a circle having center 0, 0. So can you tell me the circle will pass from all these points? Yes or no? But there is a mistake. There is a mistake is what? We have to find out the mod y. What do you mean by mod y? When we have graph of y is equal to fx and we need to draw the graph of mod y is equal to something, we just have to take the mirror image of the graph about the x-axis. So the actual graph is the combination of two graphs. And now the circle x square plus y square is equal to 1 is like this, and the part of parabola between the circle can be plotted as like this. So basically we have to find out the area between these two curves, which can be shown by these four parts. Okay. So basically the required area is the 4 times the area of that particular section. Yes or no? Yes. And now the area of that particular section is the area bounded by the circle or quarter of the circle minus area bounded by the quadratic part. Yes or no, Mubassir and everybody? So basically we can say the area bounded by that quadratic part will be equal to from 0 to 1 integration of 0 to 1 minus x square dx, which is equal to x minus x cube divided by 3 from 0 to 1, which is equal to 1 minus 1 by 3 or 2 by 3. So the area which we have to find out is pi r square divided by 4, because we have to find out the area of quarter circle, minus the area of that part, that is 2 by 3, and we have to multiply the resultant by the 4. So what is the radius of the circle? 1. So we can say that is 4 pi by 4 minus 8 by 3, which is equal to pi minus 8 by 3. There may be a doubt whether it is 8 pi 3 minus pi or pi minus 8 by 3, since pi is greater than 3 and 8 by 3 is less than 3. Therefore, the area is pi minus 8 by 3, which is a positive quantity and which is equal to alpha. So we have to find out 9 alpha. This is alpha. 9 alpha is equal to 9 pi minus 24. And you can find out the resultant quantity, that is beta. So 8 beta must be equal to 9 and gamma is equal to 24. Though now you can solve now you can find out the required result by comparing the quantities. Everybody tell me yes or no. I love you all. You all are the good student of physics wala. So let's move to the next question. If A1, A2, A3 up to A24 is an AP, and A1 plus A5 plus A10 plus A15 up to A2020 plus A2024 is 2233, then A1 plus A2 plus A3 plus A24 is equal to. Now look, and to find out an particular arithmetic progression, we need two different things. First is the first term and the common difference. And for that two particular things, we need two different equations. But in this case, there is only one equation. So we don't have to find out A and D in this question. You have to solve a lots of these type of question in which there is only one equation, and we have to find out the relationship between the A and D and use that to find out the particular result. Now, if I add A1 to A24, you know that must be equal to A5 plus A2020. That is also equal to the addition of these two terms. That means A1 plus A2024 is equal to A5 plus A2020 and also A10 plus A2015 and so on. So basically I just need to check how many pairs are there which we will get to find out that particular sum. So how many pairs are there? We can easily find out. There is one pair is already existing, and the other pairs can be found out by the number of terms from 5 to 2020 having common difference 5. So let's suppose the number of terms be n. So I can say 2020 is equal to 5 plus n minus 1 into 5, 5, and that is equal to 404. So number of terms is equal to 405. So now how many terms are there in this sequence? 405 plus 1. So that is equal to 406, because 1 is that particular pair. And every two pair is making, wait, that must be equal to 1 plus n minus 2, 1 plus n minus 1. Okay, sorry, n must be equal to 404. So n is equal to 404, and there are two different terms are also, then the resultant terms are equal to 406. Then two terms will become a single pair, that is giving the same resultant sum as that of other giving. So basically the total pair will be equal to 4203. Yes or no? So let's suppose the sum of every individual pair is lambda. So can I say lambda into 203 is equal to 2233, or lambda is equal to 2233 divided by 203? Yes. Now what is the sum of that particular sequence? It's a simple AP. N, that is 2024 divided by 2, 2A, that is 2A1, or we can say it is equal to first term plus last term, that is A1 plus A2024, and that is equal to lambda. So 2024 divided by 2 into lambda, which is equal to 1012 multiplied by 2233 divided by 203. Now that is the simplified expression. You can cancel this, and it should be equal to 11. So 2012 multiplied by 11. Now you can check. Everybody please say yes or no, so that we can move to the next question. Yes, everybody. Yes, I can see the energy of students that are in the session. So this question is from a simple topic of class 12, that is three-dimensional geometry. Look, if you just finish the NCERT or state board textbook of three-dimensional geometry, you can solve the JEE Mains question. Three-dimensional geometry is very simple topic. It may take time to understand the students. Those I'm telling for students which are in class 11. This is one of the scoring topic. So let's try to finish this question. Let L be the line, and foot of perpendicular from that point to L is alpha plus beta plus gamma. Okay, let's suppose this is the line, and from that particular point, the point is 1 minus 2 minus 1. The foot of perpendicular is alpha comma beta, alpha beta gamma. Okay, I know each and everything that you are telling, so just move. Okay, so can I say x minus 1 divided by 1 is equal to y minus 4 divided by 3 is equal to z minus 7 divided by 5 is equal to lambda, where lambda is the ratio of all this quantity. Any point lying on this line can be expressed as x is equal to lambda plus 1, y is equal to 3 lambda plus 4, and Z is equal to 5 lambda plus 7. So that alpha, beta, gamma for the particular lambda must be expressed by these three expressions. Okay, now what is the direction ratio of this line? Since these two lines are perpendicular, the foot of perpendicular means this line, the green line is perpendicular to the white line. So can I say the direction ratio of these 2 points is simplified alpha minus 1, beta minus 2 or gamma minus 1. What do you mean by alpha minus 1? Lambda minus 1. So it is lambda. 3 lambda plus 4 minus 2, 3 lambda plus 6 and 5 lambda plus 7 minus 1 is 5 lambda plus 8. And what are the direction ratios of the white line? 1, 3 and 5. So the direction ratio of this line is 1, 3 and 5. Since these two lines are perpendicular, the product of their direction ratios must be 0. That means 1 into lambda plus 3 into 3 lambda plus 6, that is 9 lambda plus 18 plus 5 into 5 lambda plus 25 plus 40 must be equal to 0. So 10 lambda plus 58 is equal to 0, or lambda is equal to minus 58 and 35. So lambda is equal to 35, and we have to find out the value of alpha plus beta plus gamma. What is alpha plus beta plus gamma? 10 lambda plus 12. It should be 9 lambda plus 12. I can take 3 common. 3 lambda plus 4, and lambda is equal to minus 58. 3 into minus 58 by 35 plus 4. We can take 2 also common. So 6 is equal to minus 3 into 29 plus 2 divided by 35, or 6 into minus 87 plus 70 divided by 35, which is equal to 6 into minus 1. So the answer is 6 into minus 17 plus 30 divided by 35. Hello everybody, I can see your comments. Aditya, Vishal, Sahil, JER1. It's good to have good thought. And Arush. Okay, let's move to the next question. Now this is a very simple question based on the quadratic equation and a simple inequality. If the exhaustive values of A for which this equation has no real roots. Now what is the condition for real roots or no real roots? It is equal to A minus 5x plus 15 minus 3a is equal to 0. Now if a quadratic equation having no real root, I'm assuming that A is real. Okay. Now the condition is the quadratic equation having no real root. That means its discriminant must be negative. So let's calculate the discriminant, which is equal to A minus 5 whole square minus 4 into 2 multiplied by 15 minus 3a less than 0, or A minus 5 plus 8 into 3a minus 15 less than equal to 0. We can take 5 common from here. A minus 5 whole square plus A minus 5 plus 8 into that should be equal to 3 less than equal to 0. If I take A minus 5 common, there is only 3 left. So 24 minus 5, A minus 5 plus A plus 19 less than equal to 0, or A lying between minus 19 to 5. A simple inequality, a quadratic inequality which is already factorized. So the value of alpha and beta, the A is given as alpha, belongs to alpha and beta. So alpha is equal to minus 19 and beta is equal to 5. So what is alpha plus beta? Minus 14. And what is 4 times of alpha and beta? 56. with minus sign, and the mod of this quantity is option number A. Now, can you check those students who are those students which are in class 11? Is this question is tough? No, but it is having a some calculation. So in JEE Mains, you can see that the questions are from basic mathematics, but they are some calculative concept. But I know that you can finish these calculations very easily if you study for the next 1 year continuously. If x plus y, hello everybody, JAR1, Narendra Panchal, Sahil, everybody, good evening, sabko, Sanjay. Okay, if x plus y plus z is equal to 1, x plus 2y plus 4z is equal to m, and x plus 4z plus 10z is equal to m square, has infinitely many solutions, then the value of that particular expression where m can take two values alpha and beta. Now, if there are three equations and having infinitely solution, then del should be equal to 0. Del 1, del 2 and del 3, all these quantities should be 0. And I have to find out m. So I'll check only that is that del that is involving m. So I'm going to calculate del 3. Why del 3? Because in del 3, we don't have to take care about 4 and 10, and I need to reduce my calculation. So in del 3, that is equal to 1, 1, 1, the coefficient of x, x and x, 1, 1, 2 and 4, 1, 2, 4 and 1, m and m square. That should be equal to 0. Now, can we use the properties of determinant? Yes, 1, 0, 0. I am subtracting the first row in the second and third row. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 3, 1, m minus 1 and m square minus 1 is equal to 0. Or we can expand the determinant about this column, m square minus 1 minus 3 times of m minus 1 is equal to 0, or m square minus 3m plus 2 is equal to 0. So m is equal to 1 and 2. M is equal to 1 and 2 are the two values of m that are alpha and beta. So basically alpha and beta should be 1 and 1. So what is the value of sigma r from raised to power alpha and beta? That should be equal to sigma r equal to 1 to 10 r raised to power n and r raised to power 2. Can you understand? This is the question from sequence and series. And this is the very first result that you know from class 10th. So what is sigma r? 10 into 11 divided by 2, that is n into n plus 1 by 2. What is sigma r square? N into n plus 1, 10 into 11 multiplied by 2n plus 1, that is 21 divided by 6. Now you can simplify this expression and get the result what you want. It may be a multiple choice, it may be a single correct option, or it may be a integer type question. So I know you can understand the question, but there are some memory based questions. It may have some other calculations also. But yes, I can say the paper is easy. And this was again one of the most easy question I can say in JEE Mains. Now look at the solutions. Log y is equal to x log 2 raised to power 5, or log y is equal to log of 2 raised to power 5x, or y is equal to 2 raised to power 5x. Is it an exponential function? Yes, but you have to look at the function once again. The x is not a real number. It is a whole number. Belongs to all natural numbers union 0. Now they can tell that it should be a whole number. Okay. So what are the values of x? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. So what are the possible values of y? 2 raised 2 by 5 raised to power 0. 2 by 5 raised to power 1. 2 by 5 raised to power 2 and so on. So we have to find out the sum of all these possible values of y, which is a GP. So basically required sum is 1 plus 2 by 5 whole square, which is equal to 1 plus 1 minus 2 by 5, or 1 divided by 3 by 5, 5 by 3. Option number A. Okay, let's move to the next one. 2 points 4, 2 and 0, comma 2 lie on a circle whose center lies on the line 3x plus 2y plus 2 equal to 0, then the length of chord whose midpoint is 1, comma 2. Now to solve this question, Sanjay, Aditi, everybody, we don't have to know the many things about the circle. We can solve this question by easy methods. Now, let's suppose this is a circle which is center is alpha comma beta. So since the center lies on this line, I can say 3 alpha plus 2 beta plus 2 is equal to 0. Yes. Now there are 2 points lying on the circle, and the 2 points are 0, comma 4 and 0, comma 2. This point is 0, comma 2 and 4, comma 2. Now can you check this chord? Let's suppose this is AB. This is parallel to the y-axis. Sorry, this is parallel to the x-axis. And the midpoint of this line is 2, comma 2. Then if I join this point to the center, this must be perpendicular to the x-axis. That means this line is parallel to y-axis. And if a line is parallel to y-axis, the x coordinate of line will remain same. That means alpha is equal to 2. And if I put alpha is equal to 2 here, it is equal to 6 plus 2 beta plus 2 is equal to 0. That means beta is equal to minus 4. So the coordinates of center are 2, comma minus 4. Now, the length of chord whose midpoint is 1, comma 2, you have to find out. Now, what is the radius of the circle? The radius of the circle can be found out by this distance formula. 2 minus 0, 4 square, 4. Minus 4 minus minus 2, 6. 6 square is 36. So the radius must be equal to 40. Okay. Now let's talk about this chord having midpoint 1, comma 2. So if the midpoint is 1, comma 2 and the center is 2, comma minus 4 and the radius is root 40. We know from the center a perpendicular drop, it will cut the midpoint. So this must be perpendicular. Now, what is this distance? 2 minus 1, 1 square, minus 4 minus minus 2, 6 square. So that distance must be equal to 37. By using Pythagoras theorem, 40, 37, can I say it is equal to root 3? Then the length of chord is 2 root 3. And this is all about this question. So I hope the math section is finished, and we know this. It was a simple kind of paper. So everybody, those are watching this session, including JEE Air 1, Sanjay, Aditi, and everybody. First of all, thank you to everyone. The math section is over, and I'm giving the mic to physics sir. So basically, maths was quite easy. If you study the basic concept of class 11th and 12th, you can easily solve around 10 to 12 questions in this paper. So I wish you all the best for the next year or for the April attempt. And those who have attempted the paper, I wish you all the best for your good result. Thank you very much.
Hello everyone. So I hope like you all are enjoying this session. This is the last session of January attempt of JEE Mains, and the faculties have discussed the paper today's shift. So let's continue with some more questions from the physics. So now we have a question here. An electromagnetic wave is propagating in x direction. Then the electric field and magnetic field are directed along. I think this is the most easiest question that can be asked from this chapter. Only we have to tell about the direction. So we know that the direction of electric field, magnetic field, and the wave velocity, they are related like this. E cap cross B cap should be equals to C cap, right? So it's already given that the wave is propagating in x direction. So let's draw, and we know that all three, electric field, magnetic field, and the direction of propagation of wave are perpendicular to each other. So wave is propagating in this direction. So this is the C cap. So now I have to just choose the direction of electric field and magnetic field, keeping in mind that A cross B should be equals to C cap. So just using right hand palm rule. So if I am assuming that electric field is in the Y direction and magnetic field is in Z direction, so E cross B will be C. So straight away I can say this is the direction of electric field will be in Y direction and magnetic field will be in Z direction. So let's choose the options. Electric field and magnetic field are in Y and Z direction. So C is the correct answer. Just you need to know this thing that all three are perpendicular and E cross B should be equals to C, the direction of propagation of the wave. So very easy question. Lucky you guys. Now again we have a question from optics, that a converging lens, this should be converging, right? This will be a converging lens of focal length 24 centimeter, and it is made up of glass of refractive index 1.5. It's immersed completely in water. The refractive index of water is 1.33, so I can write it as 4/3. Now it will behave like a converging lens of focal length. So basically when we have a lens and its surrounding medium is changed, then obviously its focal length will change. So we have to find out the new focal length of the lens. So it's not a big deal for us. We'll be using lens maker's formula. So 1 by f equals to mu of lens upon mu of the surrounding medium minus 1, and this should be 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. So initially the focal length was 24. So I'll substitute the value at the last. Okay, I'm just solving with these variables only, and at last I'll be putting up the values of this. So 1 upon, let's say the new focal length is f dash. So 1 upon f dash is what? Mu of lens will remain same. So initially it was air, and now it will be, so initially it was air. I'll just put up the value here, and finally let's say put the values here itself. It will reduce our calculation. So I'm a lazy guy, so I don't want to do much of the calculation. So lens upon 4/3. So it's air here. Okay, so it's air here, and this is water here minus 1, and this term will remain same. So just see what we are getting here. 1 upon f equals to, this number will be 1 by 2, 1 upon r1 minus 1 upon r2, right? Now we'll be writing this thing 1 upon f dash, that is what? So this is 3 by 2 upon 4/3. This is 9 by 8 minus 1. This is 1 by 8. 1 by 8, and this is 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2. Let's divide these two equations. So it will become f dash upon f equals to 1 upon 2 divided by 1 upon 8. So it is 8 by 2 is 4. So f dash is what? It is 4 times f. So initial focal length was 24 centimeter. So finally the focal length will become, it will become 4 times 24. So 24 into 4 is 96 centimeter. Okay. So 96 centimeter is your correct answer to this problem. So this is a direct question from the notes of most of the teacher who are teaching for IIT JEE. Coming to the next question, is a question from logic gates, semiconductor, easy question. So let's say this is B, right? So this input is sent here, and then we are having a NOT gate here. So the input I'm getting here is B bar. From here I'm getting A. This is an AND gate. So the output here is AB bar. Looking at here, I'm getting an input from here. This is A and this is NOT gate. So here I'm getting an A bar. Directly I'm getting a B here. So the output here is what? A bar B. And now here we are having an OR gate. So in OR gate what happens? The inputs are written like A or B, hai na? So it's AB bar plus A bar B. So now if you remember, this is written as A XOR B. A XOR B. So A XOR B, what should be the table now? When we have similar input, it will become 0. So looking at here, when similar inputs are there, 0 0, it will become 0. 1 1, it will become 0. So this is the correct option. For similar option, it should be 0, right? Here similar option 1 1, then it should be 0, so it's wrong. Then similar option 1 1, it is 1, it's also wrong. For similar option, it should be here 1 1, it's 1, so it's also wrong. So A, B is the correct option we are having. Coming to the next question from ray optics. Figure shows two spherical surfaces of radius r having common center. Okay, fine. If the object is placed at O, find the distance between the first images formed by both the surfaces. Okay. So this distance is r, right? So this distance is r. And here the object placed. So let's say this is surface 1 and this is surface 2. So I am writing the equation for the surface 1 first. So I can just say that mu2 upon V minus mu1 upon U should be equals to mu2 minus mu1 by R. This is the equation of curved surfaces, diffraction curved surfaces. So what is the value? Here is the object is placed. So incident medium is air and refracted medium is 1.5. So I'll be writing 3 by 2 V minus mu1 upon U. So mu1 value is what? 1, or the value of U is R plus R by 2 is 3R by 2, and that too negative according to the sign convention, right? I am following the sign convention that the distance measured in the direction of incident light will be taken as positive. In the opposite direction, I will be taking negative. Here mu2 minus mu1. So 1.5 minus 1 is 0.5, matlab 1 by 2 divided by R. And this distance should also be taken as what? Radius of curvature for this should be taken as minus R according to sign convention. So from just solving this, 3 by 2V, this is plus, this 2 will go up, then 2 by 3R, this will be minus 1 by 2R. Solving this, 3 by 2V equals to minus 1 by 2R minus 2 by 3R. Then take in minus 1 by R common here. 1 by 2 plus 2 by 3. Solving minus 1 by R. 6 will be the LCM. So I am having this one as 3 by 2V equals to minus 1 by R into 4 plus 3, 7 by 6. So this is 3. So 3 3s are 9 R by 7 equals to V. V equals to minus 9 R by 7. So we have got the position of the image due to the first surface. Similarly, I'll calculate the image for the second surface. Let's do it fast. So for this surface 2, the object distance is what? R minus R by 2. So this distance will also R by 2. So I'll be using again the same equation, mu2 by V. So again the incident medium is air and refracted medium is that 1.5 refractive index. So 1.5 by V means 3 by 2V minus 1 divided by minus R by 2 equals to 1.5 minus 1 is 1 by 2, and then radius of curvature is minus R by 2. I hope you understood this equation. Simply I'm using this equation with sign convention, that's it. So everything is perfect. Just check the calculation from here, like I'm taking this direction as negative. So just solving it, 3 by 2v, this will become 1, then this will be 2 by r, and this 2 and 2 will get cancelled, this is minus 1 by r. Solving it further, 3 by 2v equals to minus 2 by r minus 1 by r. So I'm getting minus 3 by r. So from here we can say 3 and 3 got cancelled, and v will be equals to what? R by 2. No, just a minute. What is left over? 1 by 2v minus 1 by r. Is it we are getting? So v is what? Minus of r by 2. So we have got the distances, like this is the object and image distance. Just checking with the calculations once. I think I have done the calculation correctly only. So we have got the two images, right, from the curve surface 1 and surface 2, and just I need to find out the distance between two images that is been asked in the question. Distance between the first images formed by both the surfaces. Just a minute. mu2 upon v minus mu1 upon r minus r by 2, mu2 minus mu1 by mu2 minus mu1 by r. Radius of curvature is r. Right. Radius of curvature is r, not this one, right? We have done a mistake here in the calculation, so doing it again. The radius of curvature is r, right? So this is mu2 by v minus mu1 by v equals to mu2 minus mu1 1 by 2, and this should be r, and that too is negative. So this is plus minus minus plus 2 by r, and it is minus 1 by 2r, है ना? So just moving forward, 3 by 2v equals to minus 1 upon 2r minus 2 by r. So taking minus 1 by r common, so 1 by 2 plus 2. So this is what? 3 by 2v equals to minus 1 by r into 2 to the 4, 1, 5 by 2. 2 and 2 will get cancelled here. V will be 3r by 5. V is what? Minus 3r by 5. So now we have got the calculation correct. So these two are the positions of the images. Now I have to find out the difference between them. And see, both the images are in the negative direction. Means one image is here, one image is here. So find out the difference between them. So what I'll do is, I'll take the mod of this one, I'll take the mod of this one, and this total length is 2r. So I'll subtract these two distances. So I'll get the difference. So I have to take one slide here. So the distance between the images is what? 2r minus, I'll add up those two distances, right? So one was 3r by 5 and one is 9r by 7. So 9r by 7 plus 3r by 5. So let's do it first. 2r minus, the LCM of 7, 5 is 35. 5. This is 45r. 7, 3 is 21r. So this is 70r minus 66r by 35. This is 4r by 35. So this is the distance between the two images. So going back to this question, so we have the option A which is correct for this question. So moving ahead. So this is a general analysis we had. The questions being asked from topics unit and measurement, work, energy, power, rotational motion, gravitation, KTG, thermodynamics, oscillation. So you can see that most of the questions are easy. This is medium difficulty. So overall, if you'll see the paper though, I'll categorize this paper as an easy paper. So you don't have to do like all the difficult problems, all the difficult books. Just you need to be thorough with the basic concept of all the chapters. So if you are preparing for the next attempt, do not leave any topic untouched. Cover all the topics and prepare, write the test, get your speed, and that's all from my side. Bye bye everyone.